You have 5,000 out of bed, then you're back to 40 bid, 5 to bed, down negative 5,000, waiting 4,000, 5, 6, 6,000 out of bed, down to 6,000 out of bed, down 6. You're 5 to bed, got it.
It's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. We are here at the Mecum auction in Tulsa. We're having a great time. As always, they put on a great show, and there are a ton of cool cars here. We're going to show you a few of them. We showed you a few clips, a lot of stuff happening. Great turnout, a lot of cool stuff. Let's check a few of them out. Standing right here in front of a, well, it looks like a 69 Camaro from the front, but obviously windshield and everything looks a little bit newer, so that looks like a rebodied car on a late model drivetrain. This was actually a 94 Camaro that has been rebodied to look like a 69. Kind of crazy some of the stuff you see here of what people do. There's just so much cool stuff here. We're going to give you a quick glimpse of some of it. We're just going to walk around, check out a few random things because it is everywhere. There is coolness everywhere. That's a great thing about Mecum auctions or any of these collector car auctions. There's a ton of cool stuff here. That's why we do the F&E Collector Auto Auction, because you see a lot of cool stuff and you have a ton of fun. Your friends come, you have a great time. Let's head this way a little bit, glance at a few things as they're sitting around. Stock cars, actual stock cars here for sale you can buy. This is a 98 Taurus, actual stock car, sitting here, got an engine, everything in it, ready to go. Next to the stock car, Plymouth Roadrunner. Like I said, literally a little bit of everything here. 69 Roadrunner, a really cool blue color. You see that big Mopar engine in there with somebody even put air conditioning on this thing. Next to the Roadrunner, Studebaker pickup. I mean, literally things run the gamut. That's what's so cool about coming to these things. You never know what you're going to see or what's going to happen. Well, come on around this way, work around the corner. Next to Studebaker pickup, Dodge Viper. Beautiful red Dodge Viper GTS Coupe. Obviously, you guys know I'm a Viper fan, so always excited to see another Viper. Next to the Viper, something you never see, a Plymouth Fury, 1959 Plymouth Fury convertible. This is a gorgeous car in a blue, wire wheels, super cool, Golden Commando engine in this thing. Just stuff you never, ever see. That's what's so great about these collector auto auctions, is what's here is what gets consigned. That's what's fun about it. Right next to that, a pink Challenger RT. Says 446 pack on the hood. I think this, if I remember right, I read the window tag earlier on this, and it's a 383 car, so they put a 440 in it. But a super cool color that you very, very rarely see on a Dodge Challenger like this. We'll kind of head our way down this row, check out some of the other cool stuff. Right next to the Dodge Challenger, 27 Ford T Roadster Hot Rod. Really cool little car. But there again, that's what's awesome. You don't know what's going to be around the next corner when you come to one of these auctions. Fastback Mustang, obviously these cars are super crazy popular right now. A wide selection of fastback Mustangs at this sale. This one's done in a beautiful blue with white stripes on it. A little 289 Ford under the hood on this thing. pickup trucks, as always, a big deal with these auctions anymore. These 90s era Chevys, crazy popular, getting really hard to find nice, clean ones. Wide selection of them here at this sale. 68 Chevy pickup right next to that one even. We've got a slightly modified 91 right next to a wildly modified 68. Next to that, another street rod. Like I said, you never know what's going to show up at these things. That's what's great. And really, when you look at the pictures, you look at it online, you still don't know for sure until you get here and actually see what all shows up. Because as I've learned with the F&E Collector Auto Wash that we do, we have cars show up the day before that weren't even consigned, so you never know what's going to be here. Even a little PT Cruiser convertible sitting right next to the Chevrolet Hot Rod. Another pickup. This is like a 01, 02 era, but a really clean truck. It's crazy to think, see this truck in the collector auto auction, but these vehicles are 20 years old now. Finding a good clean one, not that common anymore. Another Roadrunner in butterscotch, kind of an odd color for Roadrunner. There again, they're here. Next couple cars we're going to look at, some stuff you never ever see, but that's what's so cool about coming to these auctions, is checking some of this stuff out. 1957 Oldsmobile 88 two-door hardtop, beautiful car. In 1957, I think about all the car manufacturers got it right. This Olds is a perfect example. The chrome on this thing, beautiful, sweeps down, kicks down the rear quarter. This has the three-piece back window in it, which is such a unique design that GM used in 1957. Beautiful car, something you seldom see. Next to this Oldsmobile, another car we very rarely see, a 56 Lincoln Continental Mark II. Only a handful of these cars were made. I think they made about 10,000 of them. Super unique, super luxurious, super expensive for the day. So that's why you never see them. They didn't sell a lot of them. Ford lost money on all the ones that they did build, but there's one here. Everything about this car is unique. You look under the hood, you look at the valve covers, you look at the air cleaner, everything about this car is unique. You look down the body lines, there is nothing else like a Continental Mark II. Like I said, they didn't make very many of them. They were so expensive that Ford didn't even sell a lot of them and lost money on what they did sell. We'll get you a few more pickups before we get ready to wrap this segment up as we kind of keep working through here. Little mid-60 Chevy, short wide bed. Bright red, good looking wheels. Like I said, literally it's completely different every time you walk around and look at something. So now we're going to wrap this segment up. We'll see what else we find out here, and we'll get this all put together for you. But we're having a great time at Mecum, Tulsa. So thanks for stopping by and checking us out. Be sure to click that subscribe button and definitely click that notifications button. Hope to see some of you out here tomorrow. We're having a great time. Tons of cool stuff. It's always a lot of fun. We'll see you soon. So stay tuned. We may even get a few more clips yet tonight. So see you later. We're checking out more cool stuff here at Mecum, Tulsa. Dodge Challenger, beautiful blue, 70 Dodge Challenger. 6-pack under the hood of this one. 1955 Chevy Bel Air two-door hardtop. Like I said, everywhere you turn there is something super cool. Now, if you guys have been hanging out and checking out the video, you might have noticed I'm wearing 2 bidders passes. That's kind of weird, isn't it? If we look here real close, I've got Jess's bidder pass as well. If you've been hanging out with us on Sunday night, you know Jess is always hanging out with us. We may spend a little bit of Jess's money today as well, so stay tuned. We'll see what happens with that. You never know. It could be an interesting weekend. So anyway, more cool stuff coming up. We're going to get some more clips for you. Stay tuned, and we'll see you here soon. We're here at Mecum, Tulsa with my good friend Jim Wicks. Now, if you've caught some of the videos before we've done with Jim, Jim is the Ford man, period, hands down. Mustangs, Shelbys, Cobras. This guy, you don't need to Google it when you know this guy. You don't have to Google it. I just call Jim, he gives me the answer. Jim, you're here representing some cars, buying some cars, looking at some cars.
Absolutely. Out here having fun. We've got this 1964 Galaxy lightweight tribute.
And this is a car that you've got here for one of your clients.
Yes, yes.
And this is a beautiful car. I mean,
well done.
bright red 64 Galaxy two-door hardtop. And what's it got in it?
It's got a 460 that is 30 overbore with a good set of heads, a good cam. It's a very economical build and a very economical car to race and have fun with.
Let's take a peek under here while we're standing here.
Yes.
So it's a 460 Ford in it, good heads, ready to breathe, ready to go.
Yep. With the super top headers. This car has run some mid 9s on the model.
Also, it's a pretty hard hitting car for a Galaxy.
Yeah, yes. And this car's been lightened up and actually weighs in as a certified NHRA chassis car at 3680. So that's pretty good for a big old boat.
It's a big old car. And even from here, you can kind of look down the side of this thing, see that red paint. Beautiful car. Obviously, lift-off fiberglass hood.
Fiberglass bumpers, fiberglass Lexan windows,
And real quick before we move to the next car, let's take a peek inside of this thing, because it's actually got an interior in it.
oh yeah.
So this actually has a pair of racing buckets in it, as well as a cage and everything for racing, but it's all finished out very nicely.
And it is Oklahoma titled with a tag.
So it's still a regular 64
Yeah,
Galaxy.
yes, sir. This car has run some high 10s just on race fuel.
So it'll run high
Good
10s on the
driving.
motor, and with a little bit of nitrous, it's running in the 9s.
Yes, sir.
That's scooting right along for a big old 64 Galaxy. So, well, you got some other cool stuff here. You're a Mustang guy. Let's go check out a few of these Mustangs here too. Now, we're over to Mustang. Obviously, by far, where your expertise is. You got a pretty broad base, but Mustangs, Shelbys, and Cobras, you're the best. And that's what we've got here. Another car that you're representing, a Boss 302. Which these cars are very unique, correct?
Yes, 1970 Boss 302. This is often thought of as the coolest color combination in the Calypso Polo with the black. Boss 302 was a very purposeful car built by Ford Motor Company to compete in the Trans Am racing circuit. And the Boss 302 basically is the sum total of what Carroll Shelby taught Ford about Mustangs. And they're great investment cars, fun to drive, easy to drive, and
Well, that's the last thing about a Boss 302. It's not so exotic that you can't drive with them.
no, not at all. Not at all. It's not a Boss 9 that you have to worry about different things. These cars have just really not gotten out of line in price. There are some of them that are over $100 grand, but you can buy some nice drivable stuff, backside of $100 grand.
And this car's going to cross the block on Saturday here in
Yes, it
Tulsa.
will.
And this is a beautiful car. We look under the hood of this thing, and it's a very well detailed car, a very nice car. So what are some of the things that are unique about this being a Boss 302?
Well, in the Boss 302, again, being kind of purposeful for what it does, one unique part that it has is this is a rev limiter. And
So this piece right here is
yes,
actually a rev
that is
limiter.
hooked in, yes, in that, and so if you get over, basically, Boss 302 is a 7,000 RPM motor, no problem. But Ford put that on there to keep people from overextending their.
So even the street car Boss 302 came with a rev limiter.
Yes, yeah. And this car, it's a four-bolt main block. It's a steel crankshaft, forged pistons, solid lifter camshaft, and the heads valves are 2.19 intake, and that's
wow.
awfully big, especially for 302
For
cubic
302,
inches.
yeah.
The carburetor on the car.
That's like half the size of the piston, isn't it?
Yeah. And then as it came out, Ford chose to use a Holley carburetor with a unique Ford part number, but it's a 780 CFM
On a 302.
on a 302. But having the huge intake ports and the candid valve 351 Cleveland style heads, they flow tremendously.
Let's take a look at this thing from over here, where we can really get back and take a look at this thing, because it's a beautiful car. And this has all the other good stuff. The window louvers, the rear spoiler.
Yes, so this car was, as the Marty report, This car was born with all of these options, and very few of them had this many options.
They've all got spoilers, they've all got wind louvers, but now
very few of them ever came that way.
Yeah. And this one did. So.
Yes, now this one being born with the magnums and the rear window louvers and the spoilers really makes a big deal.
The same thing you see on all of them today, but none of them really had it to start with.
The transmission was a 4-speed top loader tranny with a purse shifter, and Ford used a really nice T-handle for 7 with the H pattern purse lettering.
Well, that's obviously a beautiful car. And since we're here at Mecum, real quick, Jim, let's tell everybody what you do too, because some of these guys may be looking to maybe interested in some of this stuff, but you can't get to the auction. That's what my friend Jim here does. I mean, you go to about all the auctions.
I make most of the specialty auctions, Barrett Jackson, Mecum, and some of the others.
GAA.
GAA. It is really cool to be able to come out and look at this kind of stuff, but I've developed some good clients that they know what they like, but they don't have the expertise to feel that they're hands-on enough to just drop in and spend their money. So I get to become their insurance policy to make sure that they're buying a good car and not a clone, not something that's thrown together. Right. And the most important thing I can do for any of my clients is tell them not to buy a car.
So if you're ever in that situation where you see something you really want, you know, for a nominal fee, Jim takes care of that, and you do everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, from
door to door.
Door to door.
We'll get it shipped to your door.
You personally handle, when you buy a car for one of your clients, you personally handle that car.
Yes.
From when it rolls off the block marked sold till that car is on the way to your garage door, you take care of it
Yes,
for them.
sir.
And that's something else that you can't really get. You know, a lot of these big companies, they'll let you bid online all you want, and they'll take your money all you want, all you want to give them.
Sure, and you pay a little bit extra percentage to bid online, and you have no way to tell whether they're taking bids.
Right. Or whether, and also the thing about it is, you're here. You open the doors, you kick the tires, you open the hood, you can look these things over.
Yeah, I get to be hands-on, eyes-on,
and that's why your services. I mean, not only the fact are you an expert in Mustangs, but your general automotive knowledge, you can look at anything and tell them if it's a good car.
Yes, quality is a universal language.
Quality is a universal language, and that's something that when you can't get to an auction, that's what this guy does. And you've got years and years of experience.
Well, we've done everything from Lincolns to Lamborghinis.
And you bought 7-figure cars for people.
Yes, sir.
Without even an issue. So you bought some of the most rare and desirable cars on the face of the planet well into 7 figures, and you've handled the whole transaction.
Yes, sir.
And that's because you've got that reputation for doing it, and that's what's so cool about it. So,
well, I try to deliver everything that someone would expect to have, and treat people like you would expect to be treated, and everything goes well.
Because when it all comes down to it, we're all car guys. We all do this because we love it, and that's what it all boils down to. And like you said, the biggest service you can do is call someone and say, this probably isn't the car you want.
Absolutely. We know you want this one, but let's find you a better one.
Yeah.
Let's pass on this.
So, well, thanks, Jim. I appreciate you taking a few minutes with us today. Jim's done some other videos with us before, and like I said, it's always great because of his knowledge. If you didn't catch the Shelby stuff we did from Indy a couple years ago with Jim, you have got to watch that. This guy is the Google for Shelby. I think that's, I can't think of a better way to put it, is the Google for Shelby.
Oh, thank you.
Well, yeah, we did some Shelby videos there, and this guy just recites the information. We even did some video on 5R002,
yes,
the
sir.
350R prototype that was restored to specifications when that car raced in 1965.
Absolutely, yes.
And you helped find the parts
Yes.
to put that car back to race livery from 1965 when that car was sold. And it changed hands last time for 3.8 million?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah, and that car is probably the most significant Mustang in the world.
it really is.
If it wouldn't have done what it did, for both Carroll Shelby and Ford Motor Company, Ford would have pulled the plug on the Mustang program, and who knows, maybe
And these would all be
bosses
Falcons.
Yeah, and these would all
be Falcons.
The Bullet Mustang might have never been.
Yeah.
So.
These would all be 6-cylinder Falcons that were put around cars, and none of this cool stuff would have happened. So, anyway, that's going to wrap us up for today at Mecum, Tulsa. Jim, thank you. I always appreciate you spending some time with us. It's always great when you share your knowledge with us, because I didn't know if Boss 302 came stock with a Rev Liver. I bet a lot of you guys didn't either, but that's what's so cool about it. Checking the stuff out, learning, that's why we're all here. And when guys like Jim share their knowledge with us, it's great. So Thanks for watching, everybody. Jim, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chad. Always fun.
It is. It's always a great time. Be sure to check this stuff out. Watch it tomorrow live. If there's anything you're interested in or something you see a year from now down the road, you know, and you can't get there, you might check with Jim. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the coverage from today. Stay tuned. We're going to see what happened with Jess's bidder number, because I got 2 tags. We're going to see what we did with her money as well. So stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of fun here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to click that subscribe button. Be sure to click that notification button. We'll see you soon on the next video.